Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. We've got some more exploration to do, and I was kind of disappointed because like that's my yard. My house is like right over there, and I was like, yeah, we'll go find some poplar bark to use, and that right there is literally a whole limb of poplar bark. So like 5 yards into the woods. And plenty big enough to do everything I wanted to do with it too. But we're gonna skip that one. We'll get that guy on the way out. Just to so we can do a little exploring instead of that guy just right there. So I need some bark. So that's actually not a great one for bark. Just because a lot of it is already gone. So there's probably some squirrels. I know there's squirrels down here. They come in the yard and steal my pecans all the time and come out here and do stuff with them. So there's probably some big squirrel nests in some of these trees somewhere where they got big, massive wads of bark. So anyway. Sorry, I'm in my work clothes. So this guy is a poplar tree. And they're self-pruning. So when it decides it doesn't need a limb anymore, it just pops her loose and drops them. We'll get that guy on the way out. But I know where there are some more big ones, but we're gonna have to bushwhack for a minute. There's another poplar right there. Look at this dude. That limb that we're looking at over there probably come off of this guy. He's pretty good size one. So we're gonna peel back in through here. It's still, we haven't had a good frost, so ticks are still out, and snakes too. But you can see, I'll show you up here, the frost it was enough to take out the poke salad. So it may have been enough to get rid of a bunch of critters, but I seriously doubt it. I doubt it. So here's another, okay, good one right there, what we want. So, maybe in a spot where I can't cut it down. All I brought was my machete. But we'll see. I may just remember who it is and come back. So this dude, this standing here, her's dead. And it's 25 feet. I can probably break it off really easily, but I don't know if I can do it and talk to you guys at the same time. So here's another. This was standing dead at one point, and it has since fallen. It was a part of that cluster there. And got some that still got pretty good fibers in it. A lot of it has also been removed by the critters. But I think that guy is going to be our best bet. So I brought my machete just because we are just about out of machete season. So I was going to play with it before. We'll just break this guy off. Ooh, there might be some decent looking carpet stuff in that too, as a matter of fact. push it. Just push it and hope it don't fall anymore. Bump my beaner. I don't know which way to go here, really. Remember, there's my hat. Don't let me forget that. Okay. Come here, hat. So, this is prime, man, all kind of stuff. I can make all kind of stuff out of this, as well as collect this bark. And I don't like collecting, yeah, this is good, look at that, it's pretty. See the inside still. Beautiful. Well, I don't like stealing tons of, I think some of these pieces are like 6 feet long. They're longer. It's way longer than 6 feet. But I don't like taking all of natural materials from things, just because, like, you know, squirrels got to have nests too, and I don't want to sound silly, you know, saying, hey, I need to save some material, but I don't want to use it all. I don't need cold squirrels moving into my attic. Termites or winged ants. That's actually probably where they were hibernating. Sorry guys, maybe you can get inside there and not die. Didn't need to ruin your spot. But I can go through here and oops, nothing coming out. And quarter this up. I'll come back with a saw. I'm not gonna do it with a machete. But I can quarter this up for projects, as well as take all of this I'm not used to using one hand. Trying to keep stuff in frame. I got a GoPro. That's really what I need to bring out here. It's a GoPro. I can take and put all this stuff. Pretty cool patterns underneath it. Some good pieces of that's it. And I'll go through and process all that stuff. Sorry, I know I'm being quiet. Try not to cut myself. But let me get these pieces here. See what we got off that one piece of tree there. And there's more. You know, I really only got from like here to here. There's a bunch of smaller pieces too, even little stuff on this, but not a whole lot. But these pieces are 6 feet long or better. Some of them are longer than that. And I can take and go find me a spot and process that stuff down. See if I can get a little, I'll show you. So I'm gonna get another small piece, and then we'll process it down right here and show you how to do it. Now really, I can get a bunch of this stuff still. Throw that knot. And depending on what I wanted it for, would depend on how much I needed to process it. So we'll say we're going to do a tinder bundle with this. I'll have to get some more. And I'll just work it. I'm going to save a bunch of this stuff. Like I said, got some projects that I need to do with some other people. So I'm going to bring the material with me to Georgia Bushcraft. Is that even in frame? Yeah, that's good enough. Take this off since we're just chilling. Got my little deal. Some smile axe there, trying to stab me in the crotch. This stuff can get as crunk as you want to. Getting this stuff tore up. Just peeling it. Peel it and peel it and peel it. You can see it's dry. Tastes fantastic when it's that dry. But this would totally be a good tinder bundle for fair rod. Just one for basic fire starting too. I'd want some more stuff, some really tender, some really fluffy. I'd go through and just pick just to pieces. If I was going to do a bow drill, I'd try to get a bunch of this bark off of it. If that was going to be a really fragile ember I was going to use, I'd have this stuff really processed down. As you can see, it gets super fuzzy. And this is just, you can keep going. Let me get over here closer to the camera. Well, I hope the chiggers, y'all say a prayer for me, because if they ain't gone, they're going to eat my scrotum clean off of my body. Pardon me for saying that, but they will. If y'all have never been ate up by chiggers, it will happen, I promise. Sorry. Let me get back to this. Okay, so like you can see a lot of this stuff. See how this is layered? There's like a bunch of layers to it there. That is optimum bark right there. But there's going to be a lot of times that you've got these chunky bits. And you can bend them and get the chunks off of it a lot of times. Because under that is more good stuff most of the time. And by bending it and like pulling it back on itself. So if you had a piece like this, like I would bend it and kind of separate it like that. And then like this stuff too, you can, not just tinder bundle stuff, but you can make pretty good string out of this. Really need some, be best if we could wet it. But it's easier to work when it's wet. This helps it go together a little bit better, cordage wise, I think. Everybody do different things, but it's kind of like that, I can't remember the name of it, that movie with Jackie Chan, and may have been Chris Tucker. May not have been Chris Tucker, but where he bends the peas on the cloth and bends the bars on the prison with it, which is wet cloth, no break. Kind of the same deal with this cordage. You can wet it and it'll work a lot easier for you. But you can make totally usable cordage out of this stuff too. And then just material wise, it's make big curls. It's poplar, so if I wasn't trying to videotape it, I'd poke it in the ground. I don't know if it's in frame or not. You could get some pretty good, take a little time. You can get pretty good curls off of that material too. It'd be nice to have a pile of these guys about as big as this dude. And then you could have not ideal prep. We could have some fairly wet stuff, sticks, as long as this was dry, and get that going for sure. And then you could process this down too. Man, that thing's full of those little red ants. I'm sorry, guys. Didn't mean to kill all of y'all. But poplar, it's super awesome. It's probably the #1 tree for material. All kinds of baskets, fire, about anything you could want to do in the bush. But anywho, I'm gonna clean my mess up and head back towards the house. Thanks for watching. Later.